Christian. Hello, hello, hello! Apa khabar? Good Malaysian response. I'm glad. Luhobo? Oh! Wow, see, I've done my research. How many Hokkiens are there in the house? 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing. 5. How many Cantonese people are there in the house? Okay, don't ask me any Cantonese again. How are you? Good. The last time I saw you at a dilapidated kampong house at the brink of the Japanese occupation. The second time I saw you at a dusty political headquarters at the conception of the Malayan Indian Congress. And now, do I have a story for you? Ooh. Welcome to 1864 Georgetown, a land of tight blouses and great houses, a land of opium dens and sexy men. Thank you. I think I deserve that. A jewel in the east, and behold, a jewel in the flesh, Lady Hwang, devotee of the Jade Emperor, devotee of the land, a woman of prime Hokkien heritage. What a beauty. This story follows her. But first, before her, there's always me. And I want to start with a song. So, maestro! Thank you. The smell of camphor in the air, decorating little girls' hair, golden robes and Chinese silk, yellow gold and baths full of milk, in a land full of stars. Are you ready for the past? Back to the glory days. When children could play. Abakaba will help you unleash your daddy stories in Malaya Relived. Abakaba cast memories back. Abakaba to nostalgic knickknacks. Abakaba will help you unleash your daddy stories in Malaya Relived. Sorry, ma. Day after day, and parents work hard, so life can stay rewarding to their hearts. But it doesn't, of course, life is cruel that way. It's the streets, of course, only trouble did stay. Enough now. Apakaba family dramas. Apakaba, like where is Lord Hwang? Apakaba will help you unleash your daddy stories in Malaya Relived. Apakaba, back to the glory days. Apakaba, when children could play. Apakaba will help you unleash your daddy stories. Find my life, thank you. In Malaya Relived. Georgetown. Lady Hwang sleeps in a gown, a woman of esteem, her face, oh how it gleams. She wakes from a dream.
And are there tea leaves in it? Yes, of course. The one from Ceylon. The one Lord Hwang brought back last monsoon. Gone are the days when drinking tea was like silver and noble. We are ladies of a great house now. My dear Opal, you wouldn't believe the most terrifying dream that just visited me. What of? If only the Jade Emperor. Oh, how auspicious. He must be delighted with the new temple we plan to build for him at the foot of Penang Hill. I fear my dream was far darker, Opal. You must remember that piece of land just northwest of that land that my father left me. Do not interrupt me when I speak, Opal. That land just northwest of Tanjung Tokong. That land that was once nothing but earth and brick. That land that now brings us bean sprouts and spinach and rice. I dreamed that the Jade Emperor himself slashed and burned it, razing it to the ground in flames. That land is mine, Opal. It is I who brought the house's first seeds to harvest. I who tended the young wheat stalks and trusted the soil even when it dried and cracked. I who brought water to young rice beds, slung upon a bamboo pole across my back. This great house would be nothing if it were not for that land.
Then the riches you enjoy today, lady, you deserve them all. And I believe Lord Hwang appreciates all the hard work you've put into our housework.
How long has it been?
6 months since Lord Hwang has left Georgetown.
Dare I say I miss him, Opal. It's like he has forgotten us.
Don't fear, my lady. My birds. They say Lord Hwang is doing very well. That this is his most successful trip. And he will return with all sorts of new spices from India, new silks from China. They even say that he managed to return to the Fujian province.
The Fujian province?
The Fujian province.
The Fujian province?
Yes! Like your father, Lord Hwang is a traditional man. He remembers our Hokkien roots, and he aims to bring the old custom back here to Georgetown.
What else?
You shouldn't fear.
What else do your birds say?
Well, I've been meaning to tell you this. My birds, they say that Lord Hwang is coming soon.
What? Such good news, and you tell me so placidly.
They say he's to come within the week.
Within the week?
So we must get ready.
How hard my heart still flutters. Yes, prepare we must.
Lord Hwang is a handsome man with rings decorating his hands. His arms so thick and strong. He wears his hair so long. Lord Hwang is a generous man. His hands build all they can. Starts groups with noble plans. Builds home for every man.
My Opal, you speak of my lord so affectionately. If one didn't know better, one might think your loyalty was misplaced.
But what would house Hwang be if not for Lady She, Lady Hwang in the forest land? Built his house with a mighty hands. But what would house Hwang be if not for Lady She, Lady Hwang and all she's done? Filled his house with 4 strong sons.
But how reliable are your birds? Last time they said a swarm of attractive men would seize Georgetown, and young maidens like yourself would have no choice but to indulge.
Well, their word is as true as a Jade Emperor's golden script. Have you seen how devastatingly handsome the men at court are?
Oh, Opal, you do amuse me.
Lady Hwang, pretty as a flower, skin as white as flour, smarter by the hour. Lady Hwang, master of the earth, always full of mirth, knows not how painted on wood pulp paper, just like you requested. Prepare your hair like as the night. Prepare your tresses so they flow just right. Prepare your eyes bright as the moon. Prepare your lashes for your groom, he comes soon. And for those who envy us, who say extra prayers, a smile with friendliness and heart to soothsayers.
Lord Hwang,
Surely not, it is too soon.
who goes there?
My lady.
It is not common in Georgetown for a man to enter a lady's court uninvited.
Why do you bother us?
A message for the lady, kind handmaiden.
He is a gift from your lord himself. A coolie purchased in India, a culling for your inner court.
Man for a lady's court, surely not.
No, this man is without his manhood. Skilled in Indian artistry and embroidery to serve you. Apparently.
Speak.
Kajal on my eyes, ill-fitting blouses, silently despised, kicked out of houses, shipped from abroad, silently serve you. Not a man, not a lady, but God. With wisdom I'll impress you. A coolie from Madras, a eunuch behind bars, shipped away from my home, exchanged for some opium, sold and used and hoarded around. Now I'm here in Georgetown, here to serve a lady with head high. I'm ready.
Well, coolie, it takes a lot of precision, integrity, and skills to work at House Hwang. Our lady is Georgetown's finest Hokkien woman. And mind you, don't think the riches around her were handed to her on a silver platter. Do you have what it takes to meet her expectations?
Master of the arts, a Hydra is born to be. Had to use my smarts to survive these troubling seas. Embroidery I know well. I learned makeup from the best. Folklore I can tell. My wisdom you may test. A calling from Madras, a eunuch behind bars, shipped away from my home, exchanged for some opium, both the lad and alas. I'll serve you, oh alas, I'm neither one nor the other, a sister and a brother.
And Lord Hwang expects us to trust this eunuch with no hesitance.
chamber for his arrival.
But lady, your preparation.
The coolie will help with my attire.
If you insist.
Fetch my shoes, will you?
Yes, Lady.
Now you will be wondering why I do not enjoy bound feet. You see, my mother was unkind to me. Well, not unkind, we were simply too poor to worry about.
You mistake me, my lady. I have simply never seen feet so beautiful.
Most men find me ugly. Lord Hwang was the exception. Where did my lord find you, Phraveen?
In Madras, my lady, although I'm originally from the Bay of Bengal.
Do you know the work of Madhusudanda?
Of course, my lady, I'm personally a fan of his sonnets.
Can you recite one?
I can try. If it pleases you. I am not rich, nay, nor the future heir to sparkling gold or silver heaped on store. There is no marble blushing on my floor with thousand varied dyes, no gilded chair, but oh, I grieve not. For the azure sky with all its host of stars that brightly shine, the green-robed earth with all the flowers divine, the verdant vales and every mountain high.
Wonderful. Where did you learn such a wonderful sonnet?
I may have nothing to my name, my lady, but my mind, I've always kept it as sharp as the weapons of my prison guards.
Am I really to trust a man in my quarters?
Even if I were a man, my lady, there would be nothing for me to accomplish in these quarters. I am without member.
What is your name?
Call me the Eunuch.
You must have a name.
It doesn't matter.
How did it happen?
On an auspicious day set by my guru, I was laid down without grace. A cord was tied tightly to hold down my manhood. Tears were streaming down my face. After it was done, my wound kept on bleeding. I recall how it had shed my first drop of womanly blood on the floor. Not a morsel of food was I fed.
How awful. Is that what the slave owners did to you?
No, my lady, that's what the Hijras did to me.
Hijras?
My people, neither men nor women, worshippers of Krishna.
That's the god that you pray to?
Indeed.
Say me a prayer.
Namo Narayanaya.
Was my lord kind to you?
Lord Hwang is a gentle man, my lady. He took the opportunity to free me from my slavers in exchange for a small shipment of opium, knowing that you would give me a better life here in Georgetown.
So you're happy to be here in Georgetown, away from the oppression of India.
Not happy to be away from my motherland, lady, but all in all happy to serve you.
How can life be so unkind to some people, giving them nothing but hope? Here stands before me a kind-hearted cripple, neither does he moan nor mope. Lord Hwang awaits me below these large chambers. 6 months has been a long time. Patiently I have awaited my love, That shouldn't be such a crime. Help me with these.
Yes, my lady.
Convince him to be closer to his Hokkien brothers here in Georgetown.
To a secret society that meddles in gunpowder and warfare? They are fools!
Yes, my lady.
Has he forgotten what made us rich in the first place? This house is built on the wealth of the land. We sell peas and parsnips, turnips and tauge. We do not soil our hands with unlawful matters the way the red flags do. Has he lost his mind? Does he not want to see me?
He does spare a second gift.
What is that?
It is a jar of the Orient's finest opium, my lady. My birds, they say that on top of all the mighty trade Lord Hwang has orchestrated, has also started to merchant opium. And is setting up an opium farm here in Georgetown with the red flags.
You ought to stay away from the poison, my lady. It is known to make serpents out of swallows.
Out! Out, I say! You bearer of bad news. Out! You are a bad omen. Out. Things that are foreign. Go be a fool, the earth you've forgotten.
Everybody has a story.
But not everybody gets the chance to tell theirs.
We aim to change that.
And if we can throw in some glitter along the way, even better.
At Liver and Liau, we offer a unique perspective. We have lived and performed in multiple parts of the world, so we offer a global and seasoned take on the art of storytelling, which we think is inherently powerful.
From our beginning in 2014, we have challenged ourselves to find new and innovative ways of telling stories that move us, whether that's musical theatre or immersive theatrical events, film adaptations or dance pieces. For us, genre is irrelevant.
The only thing that we're dedicated to is you. What's your story? What pain, what joy have you experienced? What makes your life fabulous? We're only dedicated to you.
Helping you tell your stories.
As a Malaysian theatre maker and director, I try my best to preserve my cultural identity and present it in a way that's contemporary and relatable, but authentic and respectful. You see, I come from a part of the world that has provided me with a plethora of influences. From Bollywood to Chinese opera to gamelan to Korean dramas, I've always believed that these art forms had deserved bigger platforms. And Liver and Liau was just my way of giving them the fabulous attention they deserve. You know, collaboration is key. Right? Whether I'm coming up with a set plan with a designer or composing music for an MD or mapping out an actor's journey, there's only one objective that is constant. How can we together tell the most human story possible in the most colourful, impactful, and fabulous way? If an audience member leaves one of my shows without feeling pushed or moved or excited or uncomfortable, I haven't done my job as a director.
I grew up in a working class family in Leeds, and for me, there's nothing more powerful than seeing someone like you on TV or in film or on the stage. There's real beauty in it because it validates you. It says, I am here and I matter, and whatever obstacle those characters are overcoming, that you can do it too. I think deep down we all want the same things. We want to be loved, we want to be accepted, we want to be understood. And so with my work, I strive to tell stories that promote empathy and understanding, and do so with characters who are very much alive and kicking today, might not be given the limelight they deserve just yet. Dance is that feeling you get when your emotions are so strong that you can't do anything but break out and move. And again, storytelling is at the heart of that. So whether you're communicating a message to your partner or to the audience or to yourself, steps are the only possible tools available to you to share what you want to do.
Liver and Liau.
We're a British-Malaysian theatre-making company dedicated to championing unheard voices and instilling human empathy.
Check out our website for more information.
Follow us on Instagram to keep up to date with all our latest shows.
Or watch a few highlights on YouTube.
We'd love to meet you one day.
We'd love to tell your story.
Georgetown was a mix of women so strong, of coolies forlorn in house Hwang.
Handle the sheets. I'll take care of the costume.
Opal, you know very well that it is my dressmaking that Our Lady admires.
Yet it is my working for a lady that always pulls through.
You know little of womanhood, fair Opal. You're still a girl, hardly ripe for flowering.
Shut your mouth, curling.
If only you would stop calling me that. It's so reductive.
You are.
by nature and by rank, second to me. Remember your place. Wa suka answa kyoru. Wa de kyoru.
Ah, I hear what you're saying, fair Opal, but none of your words will help get this bedroom ready for Our Lady's arrival. And why, if it pleases you so, I will handle the sheets. Oh, look, they're handled.
Have you heard the children of the street cry?
It is unbearable. What do your birds tell me?
That there is hunger.
Mine too. 2 years since I've left Madras for Penang, and all I've seen is a kaleidoscope of culture, a symphony played to the harmonious tunes of the Straits' 3 races.
3 races? Huh. We Hokkiens are vastly different from the Cantonese. Your simple minds forget the Peranakans and the Eurasian and the...
Very well. The Straits' many races. Back to my point though, fair Opal. In my 2 years of being here, I've never seen anything like this.
What do you mean?
Crops failing, men starving. Penang is a jewel in the east, pray why else would the British be here? But these few months have been hard.
Yet our house seems not to suffer.
Not a wince.
My birds are talking.
My suspicions too. It becomes more obvious by the day that our Lord is steadily climbing the ranks of the red flags.
He is enjoying their success.
And the opium that accompanies it.
You have been a bad omen, Eunuch.
What's new? Many have told me this.
No. What I mean is, you brought in bad luck to Great House Hwang.
You speak in riddles.
I remember the first day you graced your presence at our door. 我会记，我头一道出现的时，伊是安怎的 adored you, how she was fascinated by you, how your dark skin gleamed in the light of the room. She saw mystery, enchantment. I only saw oil. 我放袂记你身上的野味。No, I only smell how revolting. The coconut oil you never fail to carry with you.
I must remind you, fair Opal, that Our Lady seems to think otherwise. Lady Hwang likes my embroidery. In fact, she prefers it. Lady Hwang likes it when I prepare her gowns. Lady Hwang likes it when I massage her feet and rub her temples. But most of all, Lady Hwang likes it when I tell her bedtime stories. Stories about lore, history, philosophy, medicine. Stories that you couldn't even begin to understand. You may have the dainty fingers of a woman. You may have a bosom. But I have her mind.
I know she why you couldn't aid his eye. Who am Lady Hwang's closest friend? I who prepare in order for the celebration of Jade Emperor on the 9th day of New Year. Yes, I know how much it means to us Hwang. I, who when we were younger, sowed and harvested acres and acres of sugarcane crop across Penang Street. Because I know how much it means to our Hokkien heritage and to Our Lady. I, who after days and days of joint paint, despite the countless prayers to Bao Shou Dadi, massage Lady Hwang's arms, legs, shoulder, even finger, until they recovered. You are nothing! Nothing but a 2-year-old slave! No. just a 30-year-old man without his pride.
I see you. You know,
Sorry.
I see you lurking around Lady Hwang's quarters at night after Lord Hwang has returned from a hard day of work.
Ridiculous observation. Why make a matter of it?
Your face, Pharaoh. Your face is unlike any other. It is like the face of a child, smacking its lips at candy in the distance. Or like the face of a whore, pleasuring herself with the hopes that one day one of her clients will free her from the shackles of a brothel. I see you with your corset undone, with your skirt raised to your waist, having so much of fun.
I am to you a fantasy, a woman true and true, someone you'll never be.
I see you watching Lady Hwang. I feel you craving Master Hwang. Watching her, wanting him, watching him, loving her. I see your vitals stir.
Such treason you accuse me of, without reason you abuse me of. You're ashamed of your being, always to blame, always bleeding. You are just a slave to her.
I see you with your corset undone, with your skirt raised to your waist, having so much fun.
I am to you a fantasy, a woman true and true, someone you'll never be.
I am a servant of a lady.
I am fervent, so she will crave me.
What are you two squabbling about?
Nothing of significance, Lady Hwang.
Good. Because I am in a terrific mood.
And you've chosen us to grace your presence.
Pray tell us, my lady, what is it that makes you so happy?
Is it a crime for a lady to be happy in her house and land?
Your land is fertile this season, as is the whole of Georgetown. People are starving while we eat. House Hwang is enjoying a different kind of
What?
welfare. Nothing, my lady.
I have just had the most scandalous time with Lord Hwang.
Oh, I love these stars.
Of course you do.
Lord Hwang, after a hard day's work leading the red flags, approached me in the great hall. He grabbed my waist, oh how I felt like a teenager again, and dragged me into his chambers, unraveling my robes one by one. He kissed my forehead, and then my cheeks. He said he'd leave my lips for last. He kissed my neck, and then my breasts, first the left, and then the right. Then, all of a sudden, he pulled out an emerald from between my thighs!
Jewel! I've never seen such a masterpiece.
Green like a forest, green like a chorus of trees in my mind, of peace
fine taste, my lady. I've never seen an emerald like this.
I see myself in it.
We must remember what is important to us, my lady. A jewel is a jewel.
Servants, I bring news.
What of?
You must remember that Sinke family that just moved in a couple of autumns ago?
Our kind neighbors?
Well, Lord Hwang tells me they were robbed last night. Georgetown is in famine. Who would have known?
Oh, the children were crying on the street. We were just talking about it.
And in all of Georgetown's apparent hunger, the thieves and bandits have gone desperate for food. But rather than work harder on their own fields, they choose to steal from great houses like ours.
What a terrible time.
A famine will pass, dear Opal, but bandits remain bandits. It is our great fortune that our house remains strong, that no bandits steal from us. We must thank the Jade Emperor.
Have you ever considered, my lady, that something else may be protecting House Hwang? The red flags, perhaps? Lord Hwang's opium trade? Pardon me, my lady, but no bandit would dare assault a master of gunpowder and brothels. It's funny how 2 years ago when we first met, you were so adamant about your land, so proud of your house's farming roots, so willing to distance yourself from the vices of the West. But now, with emerald in hand, it seems you're more than willing to trade peace for poppies.
How dare you speak to our lady like that?
Enough, Opal. Do you think I am a fool? You are right. 2 years ago, I would have traded my jewels for the land. But Lord Hwang, and the red flags, and the opium trade, despite how much I may despise it, have brought me wealth and happiness. I am happy. Is it a crime to be happy?
Of course not, my lady.
Besides, it's the Cantonese who are the real scoundrels. They are the ones behind the Sinker robbery.
Oh, we are Hokkiens. We must stand by our brothers.
Servants, we must prepare the house.
What for?
The Tauke of the Red Flags is visiting us tonight.
The Tauke?
Oh, think of the man he's gonna bring with him.
And once again, Opal proves that there is only one thing on her mind.
The Tauke is the mastermind behind the Red Flags. He leads groups and groups of Hokkien men, warriors from Bukit Jelutong and Jalan Argyle. It is he who has kept Hokkien presence in Georgetown strong.
I see. But how?
He's smart. He keeps gangs of Malays by his side. When push comes to shove, they will fight for us. Tonight is crucial in securing Lord Hwang's place in the Red Flags. Opal, help me with my attire.
Yes, Lady Hwang.
Sing us a song. They do suit my mind.
Yes, my lady. Ardana Ishvara, talk to me, mother and father. In my dreams you show me the truth, show me the future like you did in my youth.
My lady, I fear this is not the soothing song you requested.
Yes. Will you please sing us a
Ardana Ishvara, talk to me now that I am stronger. Oh, how the world is a hopeless place. Oh, heal my pain. Come and kiss my face.
Kuri! It seems like he's in a trance.
Kuli, you're depressing our spirits. Snap out of it.
Hello!
Three witches so in a palace moat, with lotus seeds as their prayer beads. A prophecy for the lady she, a song was sung for the great house Hwang.
Do you understand him?
He is seeing into the future.
At the great house Hwang, many weeds have sprung. Soon we will see the sight of bound feet, adultery and a lady lonely. A song was sung for the great house Hwang.
I don't understand. What is this cunning saying?
He spits poison in my house. Adultery? Bound feet?
Bound feet? But lady, you do not have bound feet.
I am aware, Opal.
At the great house Hwang, morning bells will be rung. A fat widowed hag, how her cheeks will sag. Her 4 strong sons will be lost to the guns. A song was sung for the great house Hwang.
What poison do you spit in my quarters?
Forgive me, my lady,
You said your kind engages in soothsaying. Is it true?
No. Yes, but I do not remember what I just
How
said.
true are your prophecies? You have just told me that my husband will find a second wife, and that I will die a widow. And fat! Speak!
It is said that there is nothing truer than a Hydra's prophecy. I am sorry, my lady.
I think it's best we prepare for dinner. Shall I ask the kitchen maids to work? And shall I ask Lord Hwang what he would like you to wear? See
You are
that-
not to speak to him alone.
Of course. I'm gonna reach out to his coolie. And shall I prepare the house?
Prepare it.
Prepare your face, rise as the sun. Who would believe you've had 4 sons?
Cook pots of nakute, roman and oysters, fried shrimp and hokkien,
Despite
Georgetown's hunger. Prepare the house.
Oh, Lady Hwang, cheer up. Do not let this coolie subject you with this misery.
I did not mean any harm, my lady.
The Take is coming. Prepare we must. Prepare the house. Fetch me my coat. Prepare the great house for a lord who is home.
Prepare her body so that it won't. Prepare the great house for all that is known.
I bring bad news.
What is it, child?
A message from your lord himself.
Why does he not deliver it himself?
Oh, he says he does not have courage to speak in person. Lord Hwang says that he has changed his mind. That he does not want you to welcome the red flags. Instead, he would like to introduce the Tauke to Cherry Blossom.
What is cherry blossom?
A concubine from a tea house he frequenting last year after his travel. My lady, she has bound feet.
with me? They are monsters?
They are beautiful, my lady. They are beautiful.
Lord Hwang wants you to loan Cherry Blossom the emerald he gave you this afternoon. He says he will come to visit you in the morning after spending his night in his quarter with her.
Phraveen, please.
Opal.
The mirror lies a girl with brown eyes, pearls on her ears, her jewels, her tears. She feels her mirror lies. Her mirror lies a woman who cries. The girl I once was, who opens new doors. She roared. Her mirror lies. She was the daughter of a slave, born in the year of the tiger. She was sent to her grave, but she returned a survivor. She worked hard on her field. No one bothered to find her. In her hands the crops would yield. The earth was much kinder than any land. The earth was all she had. Even when she met her match, the earth would keep them fed. No more than sea, things that are foreign. Don't be a fool, the earth you've forgotten. This land is mine, no one can sell it. This land is mine, don't you forget it.
Drugs mean never.
Georgetown, before it burns to the ground. Our Lady has descended. She's mad and sad. She's frail and lonely, always wearing a frown.
The riots, my lady.
Riots in our beautiful island.
Yes, the red flags and the tauke. They are fighting the Cantonese at the business center. It's been 5 days
How
of
many
open...
times do we have to tell you this? Every day the same explanation. How have you grown old so quickly?
I have trouble remembering things lately, Opal. You must forgive me.
Maybe if you spend more time listening to us, rather than worshipping your opium pipe.
Remember that you are speaking to your lady, Opal. If not for Lady Hwang, you would still be begging for food on Love Lane.
Surely my husband, Lord Hwang, will stop the tauke.
My lady, Lord Hwang is the one leading the riots.
Ever since he has taken up his Sinke concubine, Cherry Blossom, he has toughened up.
But the Cantonese, they greatly
The
outnumber us.
Cantonese are flooding to the mainland. We have gunpowder. Lord Hwang is a strategic man.
Lord Hwang is a compassionate man. Noble rings decorate his hands. His heart so kind and warm. To lords he does conform.
This has been a long time coming, my lady. The Cantonese are upset with Lord Hwang's control of
Lord
the
Hwang
opium.
controls the land, restricting land to only Hokkien farmers alone.
Lord Hwang is a gentleman. He is generous with his lands.
But what would House Hwang be if not for Lady She, Lady Hwang and all she's done? Fill this house with 4 strong sons.
My sons? Where are my sons? We must find a bride for the eldest.
Your sons are fighting in the riots, my lady, under Lord Hwang's command.
Why have you not told me this before?
We have been telling you this every day. You keep forgetting because of all the opium you smoke.
My opium. Where is my opium? Fetch me my pipe.
Children are crying in the street. Hokkien men are dying. Hokkien houses are burning down. And all you can think of is your opium?
Ladies, please. The riots are growing. We must prepare. Opal! Gather her valuables. We must leave Georgetown.
I have only treated you with kindness, Opal. I only ask that you do the same now that my mind is out of place.
You have always loved me, my lady.
Yes. Yes, like my own child.
No.
I-
Like a slave.
Ladies, please, enough of this chatter. We must leave.
Well, yes, you may save me from the Georgetown drains, but you never made me forget. I ought to remind you that Lord Hwang no longer wants to come to your quarters in the evening. He says you have lost your wits.
How'd you know that?
Why? He told me last night.
My Opal speaking to my lord.
Well, last night, before fighting in the street of Georgetown, Lord Hwang reached for my face in pale moonlight. You see, to him, I am no longer a lady's handmaid. do.
Well, so do I.
First opium, and then riots. First peace, then sons turn soldiers. First cherry blossom, and now this. At least I have the land.
About that, my lady. Lord Hwang told me many moons ago that, in his attempts to finance the wall, he used to sell your father's land in Tanjung Toko.
No. This land is mine. It is my father's. This man, Lord Hwang, a man I don't know, a man that I lost 3 years ago. A snake, he has betrayed us all, and all for what? For jewels and for coins, for concubines to swarm his bed and stir his loins, and all for what? For filth upon our land. This jewel in the east is full of opium dens. He's poisoned my house. He's poisoned my servants. He's poisoned my sons. He's poisoned my mind. And now he wants to sell my land. We will poison him before he does. Prepare the vines, black as the night. Prepare the poison, it will cause such fright.
My lady, you could not possibly be talking about.
You have lost your wits. Lord Hwang is a good man.
Please prepare your mind. Please make it sound before this island burns to the ground.
The Eunuch is right. We must travel to Butterworth now.
But poison is silent. It causes no terror. Yes, knives may be violent, but leave for no error. Prepare the knives.
Knives? Lady! Is the opium speaking?
Or are these the true thoughts revealed?
Prepare the bath, for he could drown. Push him off the balcony so he falls to the ground. Prepare the dogs, oh how they bite, for I've heard canines, they have appetites.
Enough, lady, enough! You love Lord Hwang.
Just last week you would have done anything for him, my lady. Your mind is hazy. Please. My lady, please.
Let us help you.
But poison is silent, and silence is golden. Yes, knives are too violent. So poison we have
Georgetown. The Cantonese fell to the ground. Their white flags lost the hand. The white flags fled the land. As House Hwang crumbled like sand. Liau and the Erhu. And the beautiful Mariam on the cello. Which is far larger than she is. I just want to say thank you for supporting local theatre. I think it's really important that you support this really small theatre company like ours. I really hope that you see more Malaya Relived events after this. Follow us on social media and upper cover up.